Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we are going to talk about if statement. So we will learn how to use condition and write something depend on that condition. It means we are going to decide what happens if our condition is true or false. So let's jump to the code. First I'm going to declare two variables. Well, a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 6. To use if statement, you just write down if with two parentheses and write your condition inside your parenthesis. So for example, we write if a is bigger than b. Then with two curly brackets, we decide what happens if the condition is true. So let's say if a is bigger than b, we write print line a is bigger than b. So let's run our code. Because a is not bigger than b, so this block doesn't run. So let's say if a is lower than b, then decide what happens here. As you can see, a is smaller than b and this print line worked. The logic of it is not true, so I'm going to write a is smaller than b. We are going to see if a is not smaller than b and also if a is not equal to b. So we write something like else if and two parentheses and write new condition here. So if a is equal to b, then decide that a is equal to b. Let's make them same and run the code. As you can see, they're both equal and the second statement printed. So you can continue writing else if as many as you want. But imagine if you just want to check two conditions and the rest of them. So there's also a key that contains the rest of the conditions. So we use else for that, which means we will just check two conditions, and if they're not true, then do the else block. So we say here print line the else block worked. So let's change the b value to smaller and check if else works. As you can see, the first condition is not true, so b is smaller than a and they're also not equal, so the else block works here. So let's give another example here. I'm going to decide what var c is going to be. To declare a variable without value, you have to specify the type of it. I'm going to declare one and decide what the value is going to be. So let's write if a is bigger than b, then c is going to be like 10. Else if a is equal to b, c is going to be something like 50. And for else block, c is going to be 20. And at last we are going to print our c value. So let's run our code. As you can see, the first condition worked because 6 is bigger than 5. So our c value became 10. But as you can see, there's a line under if that says assignment can be lifted out of it. So if you press this button here, you'll see the structure changed. So I'm going to copy it and show you what are the differences. it changed the position of C to decide if any of this condition is true, return the value of it and set it inside the C variable. So in another word, we can write C is equal if A is bigger than B. So it's our condition and the result is going to be 10 and else it's going to be 5. So let's see the result now. As you can see, the result is 10. So it decided that A is bigger than B, so the value of C is now 10. But let's say B is bigger than A. So let's see what happens here. So as you can see, the result of a condition is false, so the else block worked and it returned 5 to C. So as you can see again, IntelliJ tries to help us and tells us again that you can do it more simpler way. So it says they can join together. If you press this line, you can declare a variable with the value dependent of this if statement. So if we run this again, you'll see exact same result. There is one more thing that you have to learn is that you can write more condition here inside if's parentheses. You can write if A is bigger than B or A is equal to B. So this means if one of these conditions work, then return the true value. And if not, return the false or the else value. So let's change B to 6 and see if it works. As you can see, one of the condition is true. A is not bigger than B, but A is equal to B. So it returned true and the 10 became the value of C. So let's change B to 7 and check. And you will see that none of them is true. So the else block will work and 5 is going to be the C value. You can also write the AND operator. So it means that if both of these conditions is true, return 10, if not, return 5. So none of them is true actually, so it's going to return the else value. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you on the next video.